We are talking about veterans issues and the transition of returning back to civilian life. Working through some of those emotions and challenges can be helpful when you put your thoughts to pen and paper. So today we're going to check in with a veterans writing program. We've got veteran writer and workshop facilitator Cindy Skaggs along with author Josephine Jones. Let's take a look.
Cindy, I want to start off with you. What types of writing workshops do you guys offer?
So we offer both creative writing, and then we also offer expressive writing. We have writing for publication workshops. We have lunch and learn on Wednesdays at noon, which are writing craft classes for an hour. And then on Sundays, we have the expressive writing workshops at 3 to 4:30.
Excellent. And it sounds like too, the expressive writing workshops are recommended for people who are maybe dealing with some anxiety or suffering from trauma. So how can some of that help?
Well, writing is exceptionally cathartic. We know from studies that it's as effective as talk therapy. And really the bigger difference with this and talk therapy is it's just you and the page. And sometimes when we've experienced something that is traumatic, we don't want to share it with somebody else. We either are protecting them or we're ashamed of it. And with writing, it's just you and the page. And so it gives you a chance to be fully honest. It's private. It's between you, and it helps bring up things that we often filter in our everyday life.
Now, can you share your story and how you feel, why it's so helpful for you?
Well, sure. Writing maybe didn't save my life, but it certainly changed my life in really good ways. And it helped me deal with a lot of things that I didn't want to otherwise. And I found that moving it, we've played with different days and times, but moving it to Sunday helps me to start my week sort of cleansed, emotionally cleansed, and ready to be productive for the rest of the week.
Wow. Yeah, that's fantastic. And it sounds like you do so much to help other people be able to do the same. Now, I want to get to you, Josephine. You have a book out, Sane in Pain. So tell us a little bit about your book.
Well, Sane in Pain was written after I recovered from a traumatic injury that included a traumatic head injury. So it really helps me understand what a lot of veterans and their families are dealing with in terms of constant stress or even past trauma. And it helped, I would say writing saved my life after my injury because I was able to sort of write my way out of some unnecessary suffering I was creating for myself and find the life I enjoy today, even as a disabled person.
Well, and it sounds like by you writing to it, you might have saved other people's lives as well. So it's a twofold there. So what do you want people to understand after reading your book to take away from it?
I think the new thing that I offer is I start people with what I call a wholesome moment. And neurologists are finding absolutely this is true. Go out into nature, find something that's just fine. It doesn't have to be astoundingly beautiful, but something that you can settle into and enjoy and note and maybe write about and pay attention to when everything is okay. Because when you're in chronic pain and constant stress, it's hard to give the brain this other message that everything's fine. So I think that practice before we start writing about stress or trauma is really helpful too.
Yeah, it's a good lesson. It sounds like that we can all take away. Now, I do want to get back to you, Cindy, because these workshops aren't just for veterans, right?
That's correct. So we open it up for veterans, active military, families, and caregivers. And I have kind of a good mix of both active military or retired military and family members. Really, we want to welcome anybody who needs an outlet for either their creativity or their emotional writing.
Yeah, that's so great. Is there a charge to participate at all?
Oh, absolutely not. We want this to be open and available to anybody who needs to process their experiences and either write creatively or write their emotions and traumas. We want it to be open, so no charge.
Excellent. Well, Josephine, Cindy, thank you both so much for joining us on Colorado and Company and doing everything you can to make life a little bit easier for those who've served. We appreciate you both.
Thank you for having us.
If you have friends who are military affiliated, let them know about the free virtual writing workshops that are available now. Sign up and learn more at coloradohumanities.org.